what the answer is. That's really up to the committee if it chooses to make that study. Thank you.
Questions and comments? The Honourman for Saanich Gulf Islands.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank my friend from North Island, Powell River. I know this is difficult for all of us. I want to reflect on how the Green Party handled the previous controversy, which we found egregious, and the honourable member for Nipissing, Timiskaming, was in the wrong, accepted responsibility, and stepped down. We're the only party in this place that did not call for his resignation. It was difficult. We saw and I hugely respect the honourable member for New Westminster Burnaby, and I remember sort of the intake of breath and the shock when I heard him say, "We think the honourable speaker must resign." I think it's a very dangerous thing, and it gets worse. And I'll take the point from the honourable member for North Island, Powell River, that it gets worse not just when it's personal, when it becomes partisan. It's very difficult in this place to say we've gotten over any sense of partisanship. I go back to Lucien Lamoureux. He was the only speaker in this place who once, and of course in those days you weren't elected as a speaker. This is back in the 1960s. He chose to leave his caucus while serving as speaker. That's not uncommon. But he chose to run for re-election in his riding as an independent. Two major parties stood down so he could do that. Strangely enough, it was the NDP that ran against him. When he ran for re-election the second time as Speaker, he still ran as an independent. Nobody stepped down, and he still won. But unless we are prepared to make those kinds of concessions that no one ever runs again as other than an independent, we'll always have the risk of partisanship. And if it becomes...
I'm sorry, I just want to... I've been giving the honourable member a signal. The honourable member for North Island, Powell River.
Well, Madam Speaker, I thank you for the question from the member. And I think this is the important debate that does need to happen, because we do have to find a space where we're outside of partisanship, where we think from all party perspective as a place that needs to function, how do we do this in the best way moving forward? And it is hard. It is hard to step out of partisanship. And what I would hope is that as parties, we all think very carefully about who we send to certain committees when we're having those kind of debates, because we would like them to be as nonpartisan as partisan as possible, so that we can actually have a meaningful debate and create rules that fit for all of us. Thank you.
Questions and comments? Brief question, the honourable for Courtenay Alberni.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, Madam Speaker,